Friends, Dr. R.K. Malhotra, DG, PetroFed. I am told this will be inaugural session. The session has already started rolling. To the morning, what I came to know, already there are 2 sessions completed, and I asked Malhotra ji, who are here? He told me primarily the technology group from different parts of the world, technology group from India, and from different ministries, different stakeholders are here. The main discussion point, how do we create a new source of energy, new source of, not exactly new, it may be we have to prioritize this energy, this vertical in India. There are proven technology, there are proven methods, there are proven business models. In every new thing, there are 2-3 primary questions coming around again and again. Those who are already in the business, whether they are supply chain, whether they are consuming chain. When I'm talking supply chain, so those who are bringing crude oil, refining it, and distributing it through a marketing chain, and consuming chain, those the auto industry. They have a settled mindset with a well-established chain business model. Since energy, and new student of energy administration, energy economics of the country, according to my understanding, no country can afford to ignore what are the new things, what are the new technology, what are the new models are coming on energy consumption. In our country, we are using almost all transport energy from hydrocarbon, little bit of electricity. In railway, electric car are yet to be come to Indian market. Small experiments are there, but in a bigger way, electric car are yet to come. Today it is not there. But other transportation fuels are primarily coming from hydrocarbon sector, whether it is petrol, whether it is diesel, whether it is CNG, whether it is CNG, whether it is LPG, whether it is ATS. All these products are primary sources hydrocarbon. And there is a fossil fuel. And if you go to electric energy, the conventional energy source of electric in India is fossil fuel. So there is a growing concern, there is a growing consensus also how to reduce the fossil fuel use as an energy. What are the new way? What are the alternative ways? What are the alternative models? What are the alternative technology we have today? And how we can create a new economy model through new technology. I'm very delighted, I'm very enthusiastic. Lot of indigenous group are also working in this field. Whether it is Ministry of Biotechnology, whether it is technology like SWAG, whether it is technology like Shell. I can claim Shell is developing this technology primarily in India. So where will be the experiment point? Certainly India will be the experiment point. When we are talking about alternative energy, renewable energy, now primarily we are focusing on solar energy. We are focusing on wind energy. The kind of bioenergy should be focused, it is not there today. Because ONC are little bit reluctant, they have established, when last 2 years, when I analyze what are the basic hindrance, what are the basic problem for the bioenergy growth, I could understand. Nobody want to go out of track. Nobody want to think out of that. That is a subtle thing. As a human being, as a successful businessman, why should anybody will take pain? Why should anybody will do something extra? So since India has to cope up with the world development, then my Prime Minister has committed in front of world community by next few years, for next 15 years, India will reduce its carbon emission. Though we are a less pollutant country, those who have polluted the world's environment, they are now preaching how do we manage our environment. But India as a responsible country, we are ready to contribute in our own way. That is the main reason Prime Minister has committed in front of all community by 2030, India will reduce its carbon emission from the baseline of 2005 to 0.5 to 30 to 35%. I found as a energy ministry, as an energy administrator, I found that another thing happened in Indian public domain in this sector. Last year when Prime Minister came to address one of our gatherings, he gave us a target, how do you reduce your import dependency? Yes, we have to depend for a long term on our imports. We have our limitation of our own production. India is today number 3 in energy consumption. But if you go with per capita consumption, India is one of the less used country on energy. It's an aspiring community, it's an aspiring society. The middle class size is growing. That means our consumption, energy consumption will be growing day by day. At one point of time in near future, we may become as number 1 energy consumer of the world. It may come very near future. So how do we manage our import deal? How do we secure our energy security? How do we create a new economy out of that? As a scientific country, as a visionary country, as a thinking society, India has to fulfill these aspirations. That is the way, that is the primary concern from our ministry. How do we synergize this bioenergy to our energy marketing chain? What are the steps we must take? We must have a proven technology. We must have a affordable cost of the technology. We must have a win-win situation to all the stakeholders of the industry. And it must create a new economy, new synergy. I am very much confident after 2 years, this bioenergy, biofuel, whether it is ethanol, biodiesel, 2G ethanol, waste to energy, bio-CNG, there are pilot technologies are there. Yesterday night we had a very fruitful discussion on our interaction with Latin American countries, rightly organized by industry think tank PetroFed. Today we are talking about the operation part of that. Brazil is a model. So how do we replicate that in India? How do we develop, not exactly replicate, how do we develop an Indian model? That's the challenge. I had a very long interaction with Yasmin Hilton. She is focused with her technology. I am focused with my price. She has to climb down. If you want to experiment a new model in Indian economy, don't ask 5 types of your technology. And I am ready to take that. There must be a meeting ground. There must be a meeting ground. Technology must be affordable to us. And I don't have any doubt about your competency of the technology. I am convinced this is the way, whether it is ethanol, rightly you have appreciated, this year government will achieve the much awaited what Mr. Pradhan has started long year back, the 5% target in ethanol blending. This year only will be achieving that target. And we are ready now, we are talking to the stakeholders, somebody might be from that sector. We are talking to them. Government is ready. But first time, government has given a minimum support price, 48.50 paisa, 48 rupees 50 paisa to 49.50 paisa. This is the support price we are giving from the OMC. We can extend that kind of price mechanism to any kind of bioenergy. So there is an assured rate from Indian buyer, because we are consuming around diesel, we are consuming around 10,000 crore liters now per annum. Petrol we are consuming around 3,000 crore liters per annum. If I put together, there is a growth of around 11% in by 14-15 to 15-16. All the world agencies are telling by 2040, India's consumption will be threefold. Our consumption will be on transportation sector only. In transportation sector only, our consumption will be around 550 million metric ton of hydrocarbons. They're planning in the hydrocarbon parameters. My challenge, how do I replace a sizable quantum of this hydrocarbon consumption, this energy consumption through bioenergy? So I think India is a market for bioenergy technologies. India is a market. Half of the growth, or more than half of the growth of whole world energy, bioenergy growth mainly from India. And Marutraji was telling me, there was a discussion in previous session, and I have my own understanding. There is huge surplus, there is huge, not exactly surplus, but huge availability of biomass. Now they are in a waste. What to do about the straw? What to do about the agri waste? What to do about the rejected food stocks? What to do about the surplus food stocks? There are so many raw materials we can put together for there is huge availability of raw material for bioenergy. So there is a raw material, there is abundant availability of raw material, there is a market. And there are technologies. Only thing that we have to have a decision, we have to have a willpower, and we have to have a affordability. But in name of technology, in name of new energy, in name of alternative energy, we should look into the primary factor of Indian economy. What is the affordability? Friends, before concluding my, you know much better on this topic than me. But I want to synergize all the thought process as an administrator of this sector, as a policy practitioner of this sector. Let me assure you one thing. Prime Minister Modi is very focused to create a new economy out of bioenergy. He is the first public leader, I can say, in the world who has a vision to look into 175 gigawatts of alternative energy in the public domain. No world leader can visualize this much of growth in a short span the way Prime Minister Modi is thinking. I know there is a little bit anxious, a little bit pain. The amount of bioenergy, biofuel should be structured in the whole growth ratio. It is not there. We should not lag behind. There is a market, there are raw materials, there are technology. Let's create a synergy. Let's create a new economy. My primary understanding, We can reduce our import bill substantially, which is a great contribution to Indian economy. And we can trickle down another around 1 lakh crore rupees of Indian currency to the rural households, to the farmland, to the small producer, to the forest produce collector, to the tribals, to the weaker section of the society. This will create a new inclusive growth story, and I strongly believe this kind of interaction, this kind of strategy session, and I will be happy if PetroFed will come to me and enlighten me about the whole interaction, whole outcome of this study. How do I go ahead with your recommendation? What are the specific recommendations? How can we scale up? What reforms we want to do in our sector? What steps we should take? What interministerial discussion, collective decision is needed? You all have to recommend that. But then, finally, affordability of energy is the key. Everything is okay. At one point of time, the mobile rate was around 20 rupees per call. I think this is per minute. I get it, this is per minute. Now the free talking time concept is coming. Any economist can scale up when it is LED. Let's go to the story of LED bulb. Let's go to the story of the solar energy. 3 years back, government were giving subsidy, the purchase guarantee of around 10% per unit. Now, why the bidding round? And 4.5 rupees is per unit. Yes, we are on the right track. We are doing beyond economics, beyond technology. If we could succeed this kind of synergy in Indian market, in Indian scenario, just let me assure, in whole career, the amount of satisfaction you would not have been gathered, you'll get that out of this kind of synergy. The direct beneficiary will be the poorest of the poor in the countryside. As a stakeholder by supply in the supply chain, as a stakeholder in the consuming chain. So this is a great thing you people are doing. I am again thankful to PetroFed, thankful to Dr. Malhotra for his good initiative. Thank you.